Frozen the musical.
Oh,
Yeah,
How was it?
it was great. It was lovely. It was.
Well, that's great.
We
Yeah,
had
my,
some.
Yeah, your John's daughter was.
she's coming into town. Although she wasn't talking about seeing it. When I talked to her last week, she wants to go to museums.
It's
someone
I
else
think
at our
it's great.
Thanksgiving went to Frozen too.
Oh, yeah.
It's the thing to do.
The fun part about it was that the not so fun part about it was COVID tests. You have to get COVID tests for the kids who are vaccinated.
Oh, wow, sure.
So we had a place all lined up. We arrived and either you could do the PCR 3 days before, but the times didn't work, or you could do antigen the same afternoon.
Wow.
We found a place, we went to it, we arrived there, systems are crashed.
Oh.
Sunday afternoon, it's 3 hours before the
Oh,
appointment.
no.
So we're just driving around and can't find anything, and then the guy, who's a really nice guy, texts us back and said, okay, the systems are back up. So we went there, we got the results 1 hour before the show. And it was,
Thanks,
That's nuts, yeah.
No fun having something up your nose anyway.
it's one of those places, these days, some of the doors.
I think it's David.
These days, people are, a lot of those places you have to stick it up your own children's nose, which
Yeah.
is a lot less pleasant than having somebody else do it.
Yes, yes, that's someone else like that. Yeah. I haven't taken the COVID test.
Okay, Yaakov is here.
Hello, hello.
Hey,
See you.
you're an honor.
Long time no see.
How you doing? Good, happy to see you. Sasha should be coming today.
Yeah, we had you set up over here if you want to come on the mic.
Hands, Sean, when I play. Oh, yeah. Have you seen that movie, The Visitor?
I have not.
It's like from the 90s.
Oh,
It's
great
about
movie,
It's
yeah.
about this sort of
Richard, somebody,
this
he
academic guy
maybe won an
who's kind of
Oscar
got
for
a
that.
stale career, and he has a pied à
Yeah.
terre in
It
Manhattan.
was a breakthrough role
He
for him,
lives at
very
some
good.
school in Connecticut, and comes to Manhattan for a weekend to go to a conference, and he finds that someone's been squatting in his apartment in Manhattan. And it's an undocumented immigrant couple. He's from,
He's from Africa and he's from the Middle East.
I think he's Lebanese or Syrian or something like that, and he's a drummer.
It's just as timely now, I think it was from the 80s.
Yeah. Anyway, you'd love it because it's all about the visitor.
Yeah.
The drumming and the relationship between the two and the insider and the outsider and who's the stranger and who's the visitor, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Nice, yes, I will watch it, maybe.
Right now.
Right now, I gotta go home.
Forget about this whole musical. Let's go watch a movie.
So gentlemen, I
Yes.
have one technical question.
Oh, yes.
How many verses of Bukado do you? Last time we did 4 plus Vidori. We did Shamor V'Zachor, Likrat Shabbat, Mikdash, Na'ari, then Vidori, then went into B'Or Shalom.
I thought it was good.
Okay. Then it's a plan.
I have a little spiel before the Kaddish, if you want a little.
Yep.
And
So we do 1, 2,
1,
5.
4,
so are
5.
we doing anything different? Are we going to try and do America the Beautiful? Or
Oh,
the
I
other
didn't
one,
get
All
to
She
see.
Gives?
Let me see if I can, what key would you
No.
Okay, hold on.
Or
Yeah. so the Zoom people can hear.
Oh, right, right.
It works.
You're a gift from God.
Well, you're very kind.
So we'll do that instead of Migdal, I guess.
Echuli bidali v'tzurchev libi yitzara v'hu nisi humanos li minat kosi b'yom ekra biyado avgidruchi v'etishan v'yahira v'imruchi geviyati Adonai v'liverat.
Beautiful.
That works. Yippee.
All right.
Good? Thanks,
Good.
Simon.
How does it sound online?
It's all good so far.
Good, wonderful.
It's great.
Mine went a little high. That's good. It all sounded balanced and good.
It all sounds balanced and good, yeah. I should make sure that this mic just...
Yeah.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Check
6.
1, 2, 3.
Sorry about that, Ricardo D. Would you,
1, 2,
more?
yup. Likrat,
Likrat.
Mikdash,
Oh, Mikdash, okay.
Hit Na'ari.
Heat Na'ari, okay.
Yes, then Hit Orari.
Oh, 5.
And then we'll go to Boi V'Shalom. And I'd better get my keys right.
Should we go through a few of the songs?
Sure.
We're good? Wonderful. We're good, right? There you go. Oh, okay. Got it. It's confusing, yeah. Okay, good. Good, wonderful.
Hi. Shabbat Shalom.
Let's see who comes.
So unfortunately, this is...
Well, if we have to,
Yeah, I mean, it should be enough. We'll find a way.
It's, and it won't be going to the house. So they'll also be present in the other mics as well.
Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, shir l'Adonai kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai baruchu shemo, masru miyom liyom yeshuato, zapur goyim kemodo, v'chol ha'amim niflotav. Gadol Adonai, U'olam me'or, Nolahu, Hakol Elohim, Yai, 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 Yikol
ותגל הארץ ירם הים ומלואו ירוס עדי וכל אשר בו די די אז ירדנו כל ארציה לפני אדוני כי בא לשפוט הארץ ישפוט תבל בצדק וימים באמונתו יי די 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 די
That's the wrong one, sorry about that. Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel betzedek v'yamim be'emunato. Perfect. We have a silent one first. Before that, we've got 97. Adonai malach tagel haaretz.
So did you just do the Chatima for 96?
I just did the one.
You don't need to do the Chatima, I think, because we sing it all the way through.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry about that.
No worries, no worries.
So
Okay.
it's Adonai malach.
Great.
Okay, and then we do it right.
Yep.
No, but that's a whole silent one, and then I finish it.
Ishtachavu.
Or Zarua.
Yes.
No, Romemu, I think, isn't it? No.
Not
No,
Tzadi.
you're right, Or Zarua. Yeah.
So 16, you do Ozarua, that's great.
Or Zarua.
Yeah, Or Zarua is the cue for Mizmor.
Got it.
Shiru Adonai. Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I
A little bit faster. It sounded nice to start.
Well, yeah,
It's an
definitely
easy
start,
start,
but at that point,
Which one? Which one?
start, Ra'u chol ha'afseyaris, right where we stopped.
Okay.
I guess my question is,
Because we've got the nigun,
Yeah, and then we're easing
no
into it,
lyrics,
and then-
slow, and then we have slow all the way through Zachar, Chasto,
Yeah.
Emunato, Levet Yisrael, and then we go Ra'u chol
It felt right there to speed it up. It felt like we were needing some energy. I agree. I felt like we were needing some energy there to into it. Should we try Mizmor LeDavid, or do you want to do that one again? What do you guys think?
let's just do that. Let's go from Zachar Chasdo at the slow tempo, and then get into the tempo change. That would help me a little. So Zachar Chasdo, 1, 2, 3, 4. Zachar Chasdo Emunato Levet Yisrael. Hariyul Adonai kol haaretz mitzvu v'rannenu v'zameru zamlu l'Adonai b'chinor v'kol zimra b'chachar sotrot v'kol shofar hariyul lifnei hamelech Adonai yiram hayam Good. I think that works.
Yeah, exciting.
We could
Shabbat Shalom.
we can even play it by ear and see if we want to do earlier or later and see how we're feeling.
When to speed up, you mean?
Yeah, the tempo change, no?
Let's just go. I think we can. If anyone
Easier
feels,
for you to set it? Okay.
if anyone feels that we need to move either earlier or the faster part should be faster, just
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I think intuition is the order of the day.
Sounds good.
Mizmor
Shabbat
LeDavid.
shalom, everybody. This is Sarah, if you can hear me.
Yeah, let's just do 1 minute of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we should do that. Yeah, it'd be nice too. Let's do one loop. 21.
So should we just, I wanted to, should I just do the intro through the, that makes sense.
Which one?
You know that one?
I do not. Well,
Yeah, when did I've done it a couple times. I don't have it in my I don't have it in my fingers.
all right. Nechadodi.
I think we're good.
Okay. How about the? Want to do the chat Boi v'Shalom or?
Sure. Should we do Hidoriri and then go into Boi V'Shalom?
Sure.
Right into it there. Yeah, that works. That works. Good. Sweet.
Vishamru.
Yeah.
Ashkiveni? Oh, we missed Ashkiveni. Should we do it or?
I think we're good.
Okay.
That's a good.
So is there any more, Elena, or anything you wanna do? I've done a lot again, or is it?
I think we're good. I'm good.
All right.
When do we do that? Oh, at the very end. I don't
That's at
allow.
the very end.
Instead of
Instead of Yigdal. Got it. Okay. Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay.
You got it. Shabbat shalom.
Hi, how you doing?
I have a book.
Welcome. Cars pulling in.
Oh, yeah.
This is
This is
they have to go get their COVID cards. Adib, why are you wearing your sister's coat?
Didn't recognize it. Everything's Beatles all the time this week.
Words of wisdom. Yeah.
Is it?
Let it be.
Yeah, that's funny.
Let it be, let it be, let it be now, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Sasha's here.
Sasha,
Bar mitzvah. Bar mitzvah.
You comfortable in the same place, standing?
Hi, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
How are you?
Welcome, welcome. All right, well, we should start pretty soon.
We've got Sasha.
Do we have,
That's
yes, we
why
have,
we're
we
ready
have
to start.
candles. How are you, Sasha? Good.
She had her bar mitzvah
I
not so
know.
long ago. It was a unique experience.
Sharko Heich, I heard it was fabulous. I'll just noodle. I'm just gonna noodle.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome everyone. Welcome to our musical Shabbat. Welcome online. We're in the middle of our Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you all have wonderful meals and gatherings. And more than anything, felt that spirit of gratitude, of Hodaya, Thanksgiving. Gratitude for all the small things in our lives. Gratitude for all the big things in our lives. It says in the Mishnah, Ezehu Ashir HaSomer Bechalko. Who is rich? The one who is content with his lot. This is the season for that, for contentment. So let us bring that spirit into our prayers this evening. We welcome you to join us in song and dance if you feel like it. Just sit back and take it all in. As we begin our Kabbalat Shabbat service that was created by the rabbis, the Kabbalists of Tzfat in the 16th century, who used to go out into the fields on Friday night to greet the bride, Shabbat, the Shekhinah, and they would sing psalms according to the 7 days of the week, taking them through the busyness of the week towards the peace of Shabbat. And they imagined that they were taking the Shekhinah herself, a beautiful bride, down the wedding canopy. They came with great joy and great fervor to escort her, to honor the bride. And so we all follow in her footsteps in our Kabbalat Shabbat service as we lift our voices in prayer. We turn to page 11, Lechu Neranena.
Is me וזרו על הצדיק, ולשרי לב שמחה. שמחו צדיקים באדוני, ויודו לזכר קודשו.
Page 17.
Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachavu le'har kodsho kikadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
Please rise. We turn to page 21, Mizmor David. turn to page 23, Lechadodi, our prayer to the bride Shabbat, to the Shekhinah, the feminine aspect of God. She is a divine mother, the womb of the universe, the Shabbat Kala, the vision of the author of Lechadodi. She is dressed all in white, adorned with jewels, her face radiant. She comes to meet her beloved. At the beginning, she is downcast in the dust, dwelling in the veil of tears, alone and lifeless. This is a Kabbalah's metaphor for our world, so often broken, the hatred and suffering and strife we see. wherever we look. But through our prayers, we rise the Shekhinah. We raise her up. Hitoreri, kumi, yasis alaich, ater el bala. Arise from the dust. Let the world be set aright. Let the world be filled with vitality and power, with peace and harmony. Page 23, Lecha Dodi.
page 25, we rise to greet the bride Shabbat.
Baruch page 39a.
Barechu et Adonai HaMivorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMivorach Leolam Va'ed.
Please be seated. We turn to page 39a for an English reading on the far left-hand column of page 39a. Beloved are you, eternal God, by whose design the evening falls, by whose command dimensions open up, and eons pass away, and stars spin in their orbits.
You
set
set
the
the
The rhythm of day and night, the
alternation of light and darkness brings you.
creating word,
Rising sun and in spreading dusk, creator of all, you are made manifest.
eternal, everlasting
Blessed
God.
God, may we always be aware of your dominion.
Beloved are you, Adonai, for this hour of nightfall.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב הרבי
Page 40.
תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים
אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני שמיים עמו ישראל
שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו אדוני אחד ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. Page 42, the top section tells us, impress these words of mine upon your heart and upon your soul. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and as a symbol above your eyes. Teach them to your children by speaking of them when you sit in your home, when you walk on your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor, daber el Israel. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמן.
Continue silently through the page 44.
ומלכות הברצון קיבלו עליכם, קיבלו עליכם, משה ומרים ובני ישראל, לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה, בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם. Page 45. Prayer of protection.
Salenu sukat shilomecha Baruch atah Adonai Aporei sukat shalom aleinu Shalom aleinu V'yakol amo Yisrael Ve'al Yerushalayim.
Please rise. Page 46.
shemei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'alema divra kirute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedech obed Yisrael. Bagala u'vizman kariv imru. Amen. Yesh merabba mevarach ve'alam Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitromam v'yitnase v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudisha leila min kol birchata v'shirata
Our Amidah for Friday nights begins on page 47. We continue silently through to page 52. lines for Kiddush, page 55, as we bless the day.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uv'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron le'maseh b'reshit ki hu yom techila le'mikra'e kodesh zecher le'tziat Mitzrayim. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Please be seated. Shabbat Shalom. Last week I was discussing the upcoming holiday, Thanksgiving, with a friend, and asking him, what do you love most about the holiday? Is it the food or the gratitude? And they answered very pragmatically, it's not working. But it is true. Not working is a big part of it. And not only us not working, but the whole world stopping. Even your very well-meaning, very productive colleagues take a break on this day, usually. Few expectations of work. One of the parts of Thanksgiving that I love is when a few days before, the atmosphere begins to change and it becomes festive, and traffic first gets much, much worse, but then it gets better. And the roads are clear for a few days. It just feels quiet and peaceful, and everything stops. Everybody is a part of it. And there's this wonderful shared experience, the whole nation thinking about what they're grateful for, moving across cities to gather as families, despite difficult traveling conditions and big meals and warmth, and a break from all of it. And when it happens, we realize how necessary all of it is. And it's connected to this ancient day that we're celebrating today of Shabbat. What is Shabbat? We often take Shabbat for granted. And we're taught that Shabbat was teaching an ancient people the value of rest, a day of rest, to give to all of your workers, even for the slaves. And we think that's beautiful, but it doesn't apply to us. Most of us are lucky enough to have at least one day off in our week, if not two, a whole weekend. And so 4 millennia later, the idea has been integrated. And although there are, of course, those who do not have that luxury, who are still working every day around the world, 12 hours a day, backbreaking labor, even in this nation. But Shabbat has been integrated. But then again, Shabbat is much more than a day of rest. Shabbat was always meant from the outset to be a day where everything comes to a halt, where everything stops, the whole society. In the Bible, it seems like people did not even leave their houses on Shabbat. They stayed in their very homes. And it was a day to revitalize and to truly spend time with your family, with your God. And when you had your food ready from the day before, already set before you, you just had to sit down and enjoy everything. But then it became something more, and the rabbis embellished it and became a day of enjoyment, of simcha, of oneg, of gratitude, of joy, of rituals, and so many traditions of Shabbat, of togetherness. So it says in the Talmud that it was so important for everybody to take part in this day that there were some of the rabbis of Talmudic times who would gather on the Sunday right after Shabbat and begin to pick out what they would wear on Shabbat and what they would eat on Shabbat. And they would spend all week picking everything out. And some, even those who weren't used to cooking, would chop the wood for Shabbat and somehow take part in all the preparations because of how important it was to all be part of the process. And it says in the Talmud, whatever the finances of the people were, that they should try and buy as good food as they can for Shabbat. Just really enjoy Shabbat. So one of my favorite Shabbat mirot, Ki Shmirat Shabbat, it says Lechem v'yayin tov basar v'dagim. Shabbat is an honored day, a day of pleasures, of good wine and bread, of meat and fish. When I sing it, I say tofu and fish. Those who are happy will attain happiness, for it is a day of joys, and you may fill me with joy. But it's a day to sing and dance, what we're doing today. A day to forget all else. And it's always supposed to be that when you light those Shabbat candles, your week disappears. It's just gone. It's like it never was. And you just go into the peace and the gratitude and the joy and think about those more spiritual sides of life. And so in our modern world, we forget about Shabbat. But when we travel to Israel on Shabbat, same as on Thanksgiving, the whole world just stops on Shabbat. There are no more cars in the streets. First traffic becomes mad and then it stops. People stroll in the streets. They don't watch football, but they gather for meals. They sing. They express thanks. Shabbat was always a time to not make prayers for something that you need, but rather to ask, just be content in what you have. Enjoy taking it all in. So is Shabbat Thanksgiving every week? Something like that on some level. But it does remind us that when we set our hearts to creating that space in our lives, it does happen. And it reminds us that we should keep doing it, keep creating that space for peace, that space for rest, that space for being together, not just once a year, but more often. And so I'd like to encourage you, finally, there's a saying that the gates of Rosh Hashanah, the gates of judgment, they don't really close at Rosh Hashanah. They don't really close at Yom Kippur. They don't really close on Sukkot. They only close at Hanukkah. So before Hanukkah, try and think of bringing in one more ritual into your Shabbos to make your Shabbat come alive and to make it special in the coming year. Because we say the more you give to Shabbat, the more you receive. Shabbat Shalom. Let us rise for Aleinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, אלא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמנו כגויהם, ויגמור עלינו כעול עמונם. ואנחנו
seated. We turn to our mourner's Kaddish. We're on page 58. This week as a community we are observing the following yard sites: Oren Carmi Abraham, Fanny Applebaum, Rhoda Baer, Harry Blair, Jack Breitman, Sarah D. Breslov, Huddle Brown, Philip Bernstein, Clement Kaditz, Louis Cohen, Benjamin Cohen, Ike Crystal, Kenneth Michael Eulenberg, Richard Fallert, Michael Goldman, James W. Harris, Louis Jaffe, George Coven, Beatrice Mestel Kurtz, Helen Oppenheim, Bernard Perez, Angel R. Rodriguez, Frida Paul Rowe, Marshall Ezra Rose, Samuel I. Rubenstein, Ethel Shapiro, Abraham Steinberg, Eli Sudik, Minnie Libby Weinstock, Helen Zaritz, Frank Zimmerman, Ruth Zussman. If you are observing a yard site or a mourning, please rise and join me in the words of our Kaddish. Yitgadal ve'yitgadash shemei Rabba. Be'alma divra kirute ve'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon ve'yomechon u'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael bagala ve'izman kari ve'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'amei amaya. Yiparach ve'ishtabach ve'pa'ar ve'itchomam ve'itnaseh. V'itadar ve'itale ve'talal shmei dekudesha b'richu. Ve'ela minko berchata ve'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma ve'imru. Amen. Yehi shlam araba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'momav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. Before our announcements this evening, I'd like to actually give them to Jerry for old time's sake. And thank our davening team. Thank our davening team tonight. Cantor Figa, Sasha Gianotti Goralnik, David Ormanner, and John Miller. And here are the announcements from Jerry.
Thank you.
This is a cold reading.
It's what we call rip and read. You know.
Rip and read.
Thanks to Alan Perez for today's Haftarah. That's tomorrow. Thanks to Alan Perez for tomorrow's Haftarah. Join us for our virtual Shochet Daily Minyan weekdays at 8 a.m. and Sundays at 9:30 a.m. Upcoming, there's a lot of newly inspired programming in delving into the world of Jewish prayer. Monday night at 8, David Schwartz will discuss the origins of Hanukkah customs. Reach for the Golden Kippah throughout November. If you attend 2 classes or services, you will be awarded the first step of an orange kippah. Hanukkah is early this year. It's time to have your gifts wrapped and support the preschool. Come to the shul on Sunday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. or Monday from 5 until 7 p.m. to have your gift wrapped. Have you registered for a community gathering of A Celebration of Light and Art on Saturday, December 4th at 6:30 p.m.? The RSVP date has passed, but you might be able to speak with someone. Come for the dedication of the Engen tapestries with artist Berit Engen. Festivities include a cocktail party, live auction, music, dancing, and more. Our new welcoming committee is planning a meetup at the Brookfield Zoo on Sunday, December 5th at 3:30. Families with kids up to 11 years old will meet there, light our menorah, drink hot chocolate or cider, eat snacks, sing songs, and celebrate. Tickets from the zoo are selling out, so follow up soon. Community updates. Do you know or need financial assistance? The JUF has funds to help. Please join us after services for a kiddush sponsored by the Solomons in celebration of Chai's Torah reading and their anniversary. Shabbat Shalom.
It's last week.
Good to have you back.
Thank you, Jerry. Ladies and gentlemen, we conclude our service this night To honor the great American holiday of Thanksgiving, we'll sing Adon Olam, page 211, to a very familiar American tune. You hear it already, don't you? Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra.
Please rise for our concluding bracha. Kadosh Baruch Hu, Holy One, blessed be He, on this weekend of Thanksgiving, on this night of prayer and music, that we find the serenity and the peace of the period. May we keep making space for ourselves, for our neshama, for our spirit in our lives, and let us say, Amen.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
Bestow kindness upon you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
God's countenance be lifted towards you. May Adonai grant you peace. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shalom. Shalom.
We have a bagel.
It works. And cinnamon. It works.
Motzi lechem haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Bread. Our voice rise in song together as this joyful prayer is said.
Let's hear it for the kids.
Eloheinu melech haolam. Motzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom. Good weekend.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Rivka.
Good to see you, Rivka.
Nice seeing you both, you know. Also, Lou, I can see you too.
Yeah, he showed up. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Points. Yes.
right. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.